You know, I've been talking about the whole return of Christian Coleman and what would have happened, and he's back now. He opened up Millrose Games. A lot of people didn't know what to expect. A lot of people thought that he would have ran slow. He didn't run his best, obviously, but he won the race, 6.49 seconds. Relatively slow for him, but fast.
For an opener.
And the way he ran it, it was a bad race.
It was horrid.
Yeah.
He was talking in the press conference very confidently about how his starts, they were asking about his start, and he's like, that's what I do. I start. That kind of convinced you that, yeah, he's ready.
Once I heard him talk, I was like, okay. Because even in my mind, I'm like, yo, it's his go-to. He can always fall back on his start. That's going to be one thing that, it's the last thing to go, right? Mm-hmm. But I just needed to know where his head was at. Once I heard his voice, I was like, okay, he's just ready to go back out and do his thing, yeah.
The thing is, obviously, a few years before, he opened with the world record.
I know. But 6:49, considering it was like that, that's something that's going to boost his confidence even more.
What was funny to me was you and Mr. Ray's Take decided to get into a little pre-competition banter where you both had your opinions about who was going to win.
Yo, big up the one named Ray's Take, yo. I didn't want to rub it in his face anymore, because it's going to be a situation where I may be wrong and he may be right, and he may lay it on thick.
Oh, he's going to after.
He can't wait. I
after
understand
the post race, you guys got back on it after.
Yeah, let him have it still. I pretty much bang on about the time. That was $1. Pretty much bang on about the order. Another $1. I'm looking forward to being in your pockets a lot this season, man. I'm gonna open up a RT account. Guess what RT stands for?
Okay, that's enough. All right, that's enough. You have to come on here this morning with all these extra sound effects and stuff.
You're a dick. You really are.
But I was just so right. Christian, I think it's going to be a very positive influence on the state of track and field right now, because he's a star that's kind of separated himself. You know what the worst thing that happened at the Olympics is? Yo, track is just better when the U.S. is on top, especially in the 100. Does everyone know who Marcel Jacobs is?
No.
And he's the fastest man in the world.
Well, because he dipped out straight after as well. He didn't even ride the wave of the Olympic gold medal.
Exactly. An American, a Canadian too. I don't know what
Jamaican.
other countries, but a Jamaican. I'm tripping. What am I talking about?
What are you
a Jamaican?
talking about?
It's a spectacle. Marcel winning it. We haven't really even heard about it. It's not even spoken about.
And then I think he just did his first interview with, I think it was one of the British newspapers. Well, I don't know if he's done other stuff outside of that, but it's the first time I've seen it, just last week or whenever it was, with, I think it was the Telegraph or something, picture of him kind of in the block position, looking oiled up.
It's
tatted
dead.
up. Yeah.
When the Americans didn't do that well at the Olympics, I was kind of like, sucks for them. But the more I think about it now, when they're doing well, track's doing well. You know what I'm saying?
It's true, because it brings a little bit more excitement, a little bit more hype. It's the energy, it's the vibe that they bring.
So Christian coming back will be good, even though he ain't going to beat Andre DeGrasse. That's another story. But Trayvon, I saw an interview of him after the race, and I was really big on the fact that it was a big opportunity for him to capture Christian Coleman while he's vulnerable. But honestly, he didn't sound like he cared, man. And it didn't sound like an excuse. I think the Olympics hurt him so much that something like this is small to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he really seems to be looking past this. He's going to run a 200 meters at the New Balance Invitational, and then shut indoors down.
Well, because he was a world indoor 60 meter champion, right?
Yeah, he won it already. So he doesn't really have a care to go back. Christian said he's going to World Indoors, but they're in different paths right now. Christian trying to get back to swing of things. He's rusty. Trayvon looked really good. Technically looked good.
He did. He looked, when you watch the last 10 meters of that race, Trayvon looked like if there was another 40 meters, he's clearly taking Christian out. And Christian just looked horrible in that last bit of his race. But, what do you expect? I mean, at the end of the day, he got out and he just was fighting to get to the line, and he did. But
yeah, it legit looked like a fight, but he won.
Just about.
Close race, but those two are going to be battling a lot throughout the season.